Hi, this is Patrick Conroy, and this is Chapter 10, Pleadings, Responses to Complaint. Now, in the last chapter, we talked about with the plaintiff files, you know, their complaint, their pleadings, but now this is the defense's opportunity to respond. And then that's called responses to complaint. Learning objectives. Determine what pleadings the defendant can file in response to the complaint. Draft an answer to the complaint with affirmative defenses, a counterclaim, and a cross-claim. Prepare, file, and serve a third-party complaint and summons, and explain the result of not properly responding to the complaint. Okay, responsive pleadings. Pleading filed in response to a prior filed pleading. So that there's the first pleading with the complaint, and this is a pleading in response. The defendant must act promptly or face default judgment. Can't just sit on your hands about this. The responsive pleading should include any defenses the defendant has. So, learning objective 1, determine what pleadings or motions the defendant can file in response to the complaint. Be careful of time deadlines. It could be that your motion is to extend the time to respond, or a motion to dismiss under Rule 12b, or you can answer. And you can maybe do all of them in a single case. Learning objective 2, draft an answer to the complaint with affirmative defenses, a counterclaim, and a cross-claim. Okay, in your answers to the complaint, there's certain components you must have, just like in the original pleadings. First, caption, numbered paragraphs, prayer for relief, and your affirmative defenses. Now here, it could be that you have a claim against the plaintiff. So that could be a counter or a cross-claim. Now in your caption, you need to name the parties, the court with jurisdiction, the case number, and identify as the answer to which party is answering. Okay, you need those numbered paragraphs, and they have to correspond to the paragraphs in the complaint. So they're making an allegation in paragraph 5. You have a paragraph 5 where you answer that complaint. You may admit or deny the allegations made in the complaint, often a combination of both. You must assert claims against the plaintiff if there are any. If there are no, leave it blank. Counterclaim against the plaintiff is mandatory or permissive if there is a cause of action. Or you could cross-claim against another defendant saying, hey, that wasn't me, that was them. So that's a cross-claim. We're saying, this person's gripe is not with me, it's with somebody else. Prayer for relief, if you're doing a counterclaim, then you have to say what relief you want. So here's an example. And this would be the caption. And you see here how they go through every paragraph and admit or deny. And it keeps going on. And on. And so this is another example. And there we go. Don't know. They're also in the book. Okay, learning objective 3, prepare, file, and serve a third-party complaint and summons. Okay, that's when you have a lawsuit and you think a third party should be included in there. They are not part of the lawsuit, but they might have been responsible for the harm suffered. So that's a joinder. As third-party practice is the process and procedure for including or joining a previously undisclosed party to the lawsuit. So it's third-party practice as opposed to cross-claim, which is a defendant who is named, and you're saying they're responsible. It could be a third-party plaintiff, and that could be a defendant who intends to file a complaint against a third party. A third-party defendant is a third party against whom a complaint is prepared, filed, and served along with the summons. So you can drag other people into the lawsuit. The third-party complaint follows the same format as the complaint that initiated the lawsuit. So it's like you're being sued, and you're saying, no, this person who is not part of the lawsuit is really the one responsible. So it would follow the same format as the complaint that started the whole thing. And the third-party answer is the third-party complaint must be answered just like the defendant answered under the time constraints determined by court rules. The third-party answer is prepared using the same format as an answer responding to each of the numbered paragraphs of the third-party complaint and asserting affirmative defenses, counterclaims, and cross-claims. Okay. You hire somebody to work on your house. The work is shoddy. You sue them. And they're like, no, it was a subcontractor that really was responsible for that. So they're going to bring them into the lawsuit. So just like the contractor had to respond using the proper format, so does the subcontractor. Hey, if you don't respond properly, you can be a default. Failure to file a timely response, whether there's a motion to enlarge time to respond, motion to dismiss, or an answer can result in a default judgment being entered against the defendant. So it's very important that you follow the time deadlines and you do respond. So I've got some good videos, watch them, and enjoy your day.